Coming up on this episode,
you find something in yourself to just make it happen. It's like, I think the saying is something like, when the why exceeds the how, you will find a way.
Yeah, I love them. I just have to have a break every
yeah.
day.
That's the thing. You can't do them all the time.
It's not all it's cracked up to be. It's not all it appears.
That is such good advice for anyone, right?
Yeah.
Unless you've commented back to everyone who's given you fucking positive advice.
Don't.
You shouldn't allow yourself to comment back on any negative comment. Fucking hell, that is fire!
Don't give a fuck what people say. There's a limit. I mean, don't go out and like smack someone in the face because you just feel like it. There's being a cunt, and there's not being a cunt.
What's that? What does it say?
No regrets.
Oh, there's no regrets.
I thought you said you regret that.
Right, however. Nah, wait.
Funny story.
APMA. Allegedly, possibly, maybe. Aspirational. I spat everywhere. You can tell the passion in my saliva. Yeah? We're going to get down to it
pandemic.
today. Right? We're going to get down to it today.
Everywhere.
We're going to talk regrets, mistakes, movements. As in, like, adjust yourself to the right and then go forward. How there's no such thing as failure. Just failed attempts. Nice. We're gonna keep on keeping on, and we're gonna motivate the living fucking shit out of you. Okay?
We got Tony Robbins in the house.
I see. I did a 5-day free seminar, and I'm ready to give back.
Either that, or he's bumped the fucking line. Go on, son.
What's the difference? That's what I say. Here we are. We're doing. I know. I was just going to talk about stuff. You know what I mean, in life, and all that. I've got a thing about motivational speeches and all that good jazz. When I train or run or whatever, or I just need to pick me up, I stick on a motivational video, and listen to the words, listen to the epic music.
Nice. You've got to have epic music.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
You need epic in there as well.
Yeah.
And epic needs to be in the title.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what
epic.
What the fuck are you doing?
And then like block capitals in brackets, like this will change your life. Yeah. Just shit like that, and you're like, okay, I'm ready. Take me. But to be fair, I know we're joking and stuff, but there's snippets in there, where you can take into your life, and it does help. But yeah, where do you boys stand on all this sort of stuff, motivational speakers and all that good jazz, Lozzie?
I think you can take a lot of stuff from them, but I'm not into like the spiritual stuff that much. So if someone says, I want you to picture this, I want you to picture that, you'll start feeling this way. As long as they give like advice that I think I can actually use myself to actually better myself, then I'm all for it. But there's a few that I think are kind of like cultish. Yeah. They're a bit, you know what I mean? Bit too far for me, a bit of Charles Manson. But yeah, I think overall, they're all right.
Yeah. Jimmy, what do you think?
Oh, mate, I fucking love them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, changed my life when I first started listening to like motivational speakers and that.
Yeah.
I owe it all to them, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love them, don't we? They're just like,
they're cool.
They're so good.
Like,
if you do what they say, you fucking you do well.
100%.
Yeah,
I do agree.
I think it's all about the mindset, isn't it? That's the thing. It's not so much about like copying what they're doing. It's just about applying that to whatever you want to do, get out of your life, and then I didn't even know about I didn't even know motivational speakers were a thing or anything. And then when we started watching,
Grant Cardone was a big one. 10x for us, but I love them. I just have to have a break every day.
That's the thing. You can't do them all the time.
Yeah.
It's like cocaine. You can't. Because they will. Like I say, if you completely listen, if you completely followed what one of them said, you would fucking kill yourself, because what they say, don't stop and all that sort of stuff. So like, you can't go on at that level, but like, you just have to know who you are as a person and what you can achieve, and then utilize the best sort of information they give you.
Yeah.
That sort of applies to your life.
Yeah.
A lot of them have changed as well. Like it used to be like hustle, don't sleep
yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. And then I think after about 3 years of that, you started to see like the downside.
Yeah.
Of it. And a lot of people crashed and they became like a stigma behind that kind of thing. And a lot of them now talk about, just do it when you feel like it and all that. It's completely changed, but it's true. Yeah. Like
imagine in 10 years, it'd be like, have a little go.
Yeah.
5-10 minutes.
Yeah, they really just back off. Yeah.
Don't.
But that's true. I mean, because it's all about what state of mind, what your state of mind is. It's like you can't fucking hustle if you're depressed or anything. Do you know what I mean? That shit can't get you. Like you need to get in a good place, be happy, and then apply that shit to it.
Absolutely.
That stuff's not going to change you. You need to change yourself, and then when you're in a good frame of mind, then you can concentrate on smashing it.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Like, because I was, I took that 2 months off of YouTube and stuff, and that was because I was literally, full disclosure, I wanted to quit. I wanted to stop being a YouTuber. I didn't want to quit the podcast. I was more than happy doing the podcast, genuinely. But my YouTube channel, I wanted to jack it in. I was like, fuck this shit. I don't like it. There's so many elements. I was just like, I just don't want to do this anymore. Because I got to that point, I was like, have a break first.
Yeah.
Because it might be your mindset.
Have a break.
And lo and behold, it was only going to be a month. It ended up being 2. Who gives a shit? And now my mindset is completely fucking reset, but not just it wasn't just the time off so that I could pull myself away from social media and the toxicity and all that stuff and really think about what I wanted and reshuffle my priorities and all that sort of stuff. It was also I got to a point where it was actually the camping video that we did. There's a moment in the camping video where we just arrive, and I think it's your van, Jimmy. I'm like guiding you in.
Yeah.
And I saw side on, and I was like, put on a bit of timber there, Jordan. Right, that needs to be reversed. Now, and it was that moment, seeing that, I was like, okay. So then I throw myself on diet.
Oh, it's just Jimmy. He hasn't got mirrored windows. It's just Jimmy. Oh, fucking hell.
But it was just that moment. It was a moment where I was like, I don't want to go that way. So I'm going to, I jumped on the fitness, the diet. So I've been, I've been doing keto, which I'm going to do for a little while, just dropping my carbs, and, running. And then after a week of running, I introduced a minute plank after my run. And then after a week of that, press ups for a minute and stuff. Just, but the thing was, I had to get to a point to be like, okay, I need to put the brakes on now and go in a different direction. Yeah. Just like with YouTube, I wanted to quit. Okay, I need to put the brakes on this thought process, go away for a bit, reassess, and now I'm like, buzzing for it, really happy. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, like the views and stuff have not been crazy at all. And I understand that. You walk away for 2 months, and expect people to stick around in an industry where everyone's onto the next thing. You can't, expect any different, which I don't, and I'm happy to rebuild to what I had and then go past. But the important thing is that I corrected the mindset so that I could go further forward, because I think I was just in a fucking nosedive and it was just going to end.
And
you know what I mean? And exactly, and I'm refreshed and I'm so ready to go. I've done Tony Robbins, which I know he's like gets a bit on the a bit on the spiritual side, but at the same time, he does say like he cuts all the bullshit and stuff. I do think he speaks a hell of a lot of sense, and I did that for 5 days. That was awesome, but I feel like everything was timed well, because I started that as I'd already started my diet and I'd already started this running stuff. Because the thing is, with these motivational speakers as well, which is what you were saying, you need to be changing and stuff, is they'll psych you up or get you in the mindset for like, oh, I need to do all these changes, and then if you're not already in that kind of transitional period, it will be quite daunting. Like, fucking hell, I actually really need to sort my life out here. Whereas I took a break, relaxed, chilled, got the ball rolling slightly, then introduce all these different tools that would complement each other. So the ball was already rolling. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to go on a strict diet from Monday because I've been doing it since last Wednesday. I don't need to start exercising again because I've been doing it since blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? So that's also important, to make these small changes, and because then you can build up momentum. And there's another saying, because there's so many, like all I've been doing is listening to motivational videos. There's so many, but this guy was like, a yard is hard, but an inch is a cinch. So basically, if you're going to plan something or any goals or something, if you plan something that is way too long or way too hard, it's going to seem impossible. But if you broke that down into smaller pieces, those pieces are a piece of piss.
Yeah.
And you just culminate all of those, and all of a sudden you've achieved what seemed impossible before.
There's an old, I think it's Chinese saying, it's like the Kaizen approach or effect or something, and it's a similar thing. And it's like, I love working like micro.
Yeah.
I don't set myself, I have like one, say, big goal down the line, but I just do little mini goals or little mini tasks of something, and then you accumulate those. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, but the trouble is, like you said, sometimes you set yourself a massive goal. Yeah. It's overwhelming, and then you're like, oh God, and you put yourself under pressure. But if you just do a little bit of something and and then a month down the line, oh shit, like,
you've actually achieved a lot.
I've achieved, lots of like. Just little bits, tiny little bit each day.
Anything, mate. Just get out there and fucking do shit, man.
Yeah,
that's all I do. I just fucking say yes. As long as I think, do you know what? I'll enjoy that. I'm down for it. I'll go for it. Yeah. And like I say, when you've got loads of stuff going on, you ain't got time to think. Is this right? Is this wrong? You just think, right, just fucking tunnel vision. I'm going to go for it. If it doesn't work, I don't give a shit. Yeah, I'll do something else. I'll keep going.
That's one of the biggest things is, and that's actually what I obviously, you learn things from these motivational speeches, but it's actually what I learned from the gym is people's perspective on failure. So, for example, in the gym, doing weight training.
I thought you meant me then. I thought you was just calling
in
me
Jim's mind.
The gym.
The gym is the gym.
I'm the unit.
in the Jimmy, right? In the gym, when you're weight training, to go to failure is the biggest positive because you push your body to the absolute limit. You know where you're at. You know where your limit is, and then once you've got stronger and you go past where you previously failed, then you're progressing. And it's all about the perspective on failure because a lot of people fear failure. I was watching a good friend of mine, Mr. GM, I was watching him on Twitch the other day, and this lad, it really made me sad. This lad commented because Dan, Mr. GM, was saying that basically he's worried about his stream numbers and stuff because they started to dip a little bit and blah, 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 blah. And he's a full-time streamer, so obviously if his numbers are dipping, so are his finances, so it's understandable. This lad in the chat, he was like, I always wanted to stream on Twitch, but I never started because I was worried that I'd get disheartened by people not watching. I was like, how fucking sad is that? That the fear of being disheartened of nobody watching has stopped him from even trying.
That's common in so much.
100%, and it's because of people's. It's because of people's perception of failure. Failure is not a negative thing. You have to throw things out. You have to throw shit against the wall, and a lot of them will fall off, but some of them will stick, and you just won't know unless you give it a go. What's the worst thing that happened? You realise something that doesn't work, so therefore you can learn from that and not do that again. That's brilliant. That's fantastic. That's character building. That will make you a more successful and better person because the more things you do wrong, as long as you're not an idiot and repeat them over and over, as long as you avoid where it's gone wrong, then you're getting closer and closer to the right path.
Yeah. I mean, most people are just in a battle with themselves, but they don't know it.
Yeah.
They'll use something else as like their thing, but it's them. Do you know what I mean? They're like, oh, I can't do that because of this. And it's like, no, you can't do that because of you.
Yeah.
And it's like, as soon as you fucking realise that you're just in a battle, like, no one else really gives a shit. No one cares. No one really cares about like my life or whatever.
I know.
Like, you think people care about what if I put this up on social media and I do this and I do that, or this doesn't work, or like.
But to them, it's just a fleeting thought.
They don't even care. Some people don't even see shit. They're just because they're thinking the same thing in their mind. They're just cracking on with their life. Like, how often is it that someone comes into like there's someone in your life where like you care about what they do or what they don't do or what they're like? Most time you're just thinking about yourself. You're just like, right. And so that's everyone is just really on the planet thinking about themselves.
Gary Vee says it best, don't he?
Yeah, yeah. And if there's someone, like I say, if there is someone who's like invested in you and they're like, you know, whether it's negative or not, at least like they're taking the time out to fucking even care about whether something's going right or wrong. So like, you shouldn't care if that person is, you know, thinks negatively or not. You're like, well, at least that person cares anyway. Like,
cares enough to write something, or
that's what I mean. So like, you've either got people who give a shit about you, or you haven't, which means it doesn't matter what you do anyway. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, you can't really lose.
Yeah. Gary Vee said about and he said it about a few famous people. Like when Prince died, it was like 1-2 days. Like, and Prince was massive. Like,
achieved every accolation you can really think of. Really,
there's so many people like that, like famous people, like
Bowie. And then
literally, I mean, the
3 days.
But the point is that like there's so many people now, and there's so many more of those people. There's so many YouTube channels. There's so many. We live in a world where you're fed constant information. There's constant like people to look up to. Do you care? Like, people can go through stuff and it can be major, and the next day. It's almost forgotten about. You can do stuff.
Today's news is tomorrow's fish and chips.
Especially now with everything. There's so much information. Half the time people won't even see your shit anyway. So you have to do something pretty bad for you to completely fall off. Yeah. And like and the world's pretty forgiving anyway. Yeah. But like again, don't be worried about what people think, because no one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck about you. But like you'll have your family or friends, whatever. But even then, like even to your friends and your family, like. How bothered are you about what they got going on? It's a little bit.
You are, like, when it comes to serious shit. But what I'm saying is, like,
but everyday shit.
Everyday shit is just everyday shit.
Yeah, the day to day, your day to day. Obviously, I'm coming away from like love.
When's that's why when something bad happens, isn't it? Like shit, like you get hit with a real realization. You're like, fuck, man. I was worrying about fucking this.
Some digital shit.
Now, you know, fucking so-and-so's got this or got that, and this is some real life shit.
Like literally your inner circle and family around you, and that like real day-to-day stuff that's going on. But again, like
you just got to do shit, and that's it.
Well, we're more as humans, like we're more conscious of like we think we place other opinions, people of us.
The same opinion of ourselves.
Thinking they're thinking about us all the time. Like we're a little couple of seconds blip in someone's day at most.
Yeah.
You know, like you can spend your life thinking, oh, what would this person think of me? Well, they're not thinking about you. Yeah. Trust me, like they're not. They're thinking about what people are usually thinking about is their self and what's going on in their world, and they haven't got time to think about, you know.
Even if you make it and get a fucking Lamborghini and a massive house and that person's still probably not even going to think about you, because they're just like, it would just be a quick thing like, oh, fucking hell, he's doing good. Or so whether it's, like I say, that's like, you know, high level stuff, you know, but like it's that quick, you know, something that you might work for ages just to get one person to be like, fucking hell, he's made it. It's like, for them, it's just a quick split second thought of like, oh yeah, he's doing
people
right.
like
no one cares. Like it's about what you like. You're the one. You have to live with yourself all the time, constantly. As soon as you wake up, you're there. Like you're the person you need to please, because you're there. Not anyone else. Doesn't matter what other people think. It's about what you think, because you're with you all the time. It's the one thing you can't escape. So 100%. You have to learn to fucking love yourself and get shit sorted quick.
Now you get a Lambo. Like you think in your head, oh, I've got a Lambo. Like, you know, everyone's good. No one's gonna think anything. They'll be like, they'd see you in a Lambo and be like, that's the guy in a Lambo. Like, 100 guys or 1,000. Like,
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Like nowadays,
like if you love a fucking Lamborghini and that's your thing, and you're like, oh fucking, and you're in it, and you're like, oh man, this is like, I've literally got a fucking semi on right now. Just try, like, then fucking get one. But like, don't do something to try and to make other people. So. That's, I mean, again, I've fucking, when I was younger and that, bought dumb shit and done stupid stuff, but like, it's all like a learning curve. And as you get older and stuff, you do learn. You just like, do you know what? It's not all about all that sort of stuff anyway. It's like life's different.
Yeah, we buy shit we don't need to impress
people we don't even like.
Yeah, succeed in different ways as well,
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, there's lots of different perspectives. I mean, there was a motivational speaker I listened to recently, and he was like, we discussed this earlier, and I know it's kind of contrary, especially with like the social media element and how social media can be used to obviously boost your profile and maybe streamline your route to success, I guess. But there was a guy, who's like, work in silence and then stun them with the result.
Yeah.
And then also if you're working in silence, the haters have nothing to attach themselves to. You know what I mean? So it's all about like perspective. What sort of way are you looking at it? Are you looking at it as fuck the haters, or do whatever I want? I'm going to show everyone the world, blah blah blah. But I do feel like there's two sides to that coin in the fact that working in silence. Because if you work publicly, then you can inspire people by what you're doing in a sense. But then if you do come out of nowhere, like for example PewDiePie, the world's biggest YouTuber, he was just putting out his content and stuff, and then all of a sudden one day out of nowhere he puts out a picture of him fucking shredded, and everyone was like, where the fuck? He's just like a skinny little fucking nerdy gamer guy, and all of a sudden he's shredded like fuck. Where the fuck did they, and that is an example of work in silence and then just stun them with your results. I
think it's all about ego as well though, because it depends what you get a kick out of, innit? Like some people love fucking attention and the likes, and they love putting things out, and to be to have that ego, you also need the when people say negative shit, you have to be able to deal with that as well. So you can't have, like I say, you can't have the ego without having to deal with.
Nah, exactly. And that's why I think I'm conflicted.
But it's depends what you want, innit? Yeah. Like I fucking, like I say, like I would love to fucking put loads of stuff out and it smash, but it's like I also know that probably would get anxious about it being out there, so I decide not to do it.
Yeah. Well, it's like for me, like I've come to realise I could not give a fuck how many likes something on Instagram gets on my profile. Like I think the most I've ever had is like 4,000 or 5,000, and it never made me any happier. It didn't serve me on a personal, spiritual, or anything level at all, and it just makes me sad. I've got this really weird thing with social media anyway, but it just makes me sad, like to see, especially younger people, like how much it matters to them, how much, getting 100 likes or whatever is, it's just, you have take my account, get fucking 3,000 likes on a picture. Like, it's not going to fucking bring you anything. It's not going to, I might bring the old fan brand deal, but it's not going to bring you any fucking happiness.
Yeah.
It's not going to, if I feel like if you, I could be wrong, but if you're...
Depends what you're doing it for. Like I say, if it brings you a brand deal and then they pay you out and then you've got money to eat and you didn't have money to eat before it makes... So,
but where I'm coming from is I feel like a lot of people do it because they're insecure and they want
gratification.
Yeah, and recognition.
Yeah.
From strangers, essentially. And it's just like,
The trouble with social media is it isn't built for us as humans because of the way we're wired. So, for instance, and this happens with loads of influencers, people who've got like hundreds of thousands of followers and scale that all the way down, is like you can put something out that gets loads of good comments, and obviously you do that, it makes that person feel slightly good.
Yeah.
You get one bad comment out of 100, which in percentages and that will play on that person's mind.
100%. I've had it myself.
You've got to be very thick-skinned to not let these odd personal things, because we're wired to, as a human being, and it's because of we're wired to pick up on negative, because it stems back to days like when you're getting attacked.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's like, it's a threat. Yeah, it's a threat. Yeah. So we're wired to pick up threats, and that's why you can have all these good comments on there, which should way outweigh this one thing.
Yeah.
But that one thing will piss you off for the day, and that'll be the thing that you'll concentrate on, and it'll be the thing that plays in your mind, because that's how we're wired. So social media is a platform. Like, if we weren't built like that, if it was 50-50. Do you know what I mean? If you're getting 50-50, like fair enough, like there's probably a problem.
Yeah.
If you're getting 100 and there's one negative, that's not a problem. That's nothing. It's a small percentage, but we're not wired. Maybe some people are, but 99% of us aren't wired to do.
As humans, though, we want it all.
Yeah.
We want it all. And it's just not the way the world fucking spins. Like I say, everything's subjective. What one person likes and loves, other people dislike, and you just. That's what when I say, you know, you have to just not give a fuck. Like I don't mean it. I don't mean it like, you know, just be like turn your head to everything, but you just have to be like, it's just life. No one's friends with everyone.
Nah.
And
people are gonna hate you. You can be the nicest guy.
Yeah.
And you
some people hate nice people.
Yeah. So if you go on there, if like
what's he hiding?
Yeah. If you post some shit up, like some fucker's gonna not like you, and guess what? You're not gonna like someone else. You're gonna go through your day, and you're like, I don't like that fucking guy, and they're like, that guy, he's a fucking legend. You're like, no, I just
don't like him.
We're just all built differently. So like, if you're worried about someone disliking you, just don't. It's going to happen. Trust me.
Yeah.
Someone dislikes you.
Yeah.
So
you got unfortunately just got to fucking live with that. Like it's just life.
Yeah, and also there are people that will be out there just to try and make themselves feel better because they're having a shit time.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah.
But it's just fucking it's a strange playground. It really is. That's exactly what it is. It's a playground, isn't it? Like when you're back at school, you know, you have someone come over and fucking kick you.
That's just like even you go out as adults and stuff. It's all the same shit that we're all dealing with. It's just you know, it's gone from there to work or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, fucking just gotta. As long as you're doing shit,
exactly.
As long as you're putting your mind to something you enjoy, who gives a fuck? Do you know what I mean?
That's the
like,
mindset you need.
I remember I used to play on like fucking Xbox games and just play FIFA and shit all day, and never used to hustle or anything. Like, and I was happy, and I would like, do you know, it's not about like smashing it and making it like I've been on this. Do you know what I mean? I've been fucking had no money and I've had money and stuff, and it's like I've been happy on both sides as well.
Yeah.
Just ups and downs through your life.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's not like one thing will make you happy and the other thing. Like again, it's subjective. It's
and where you're at in your life,
where you're at and what you're up to. And it's like I think everyone you got to learn to deal with ups and downs and and not again like I think as humans we like what's the word when you just like stuff to be all the same all the time and
consistency.
Consistency, but like. Yeah, you don't like stuff like our brains just like stuff to always be like
straightforward.
The same thing. But actually, life isn't like that. Like sometimes you'll be like, let's go to the gym thing, right? You want to be a tank. You want to absolutely be like fucking muscly. So you work out really hard, and you become like a unit. But then you want to get your cardio up. Yeah, and it's like, well,
you have to sacrifice.
I have to sacrifice, but some people are like, oh well. I've built this up now and I can't let go of what I've built up, and it's being able to just go right, fuck that, I'm a different human now.
Exactly.
Now I want to get into cardio, so I'm going to have to change my life and change things and do things and go down that path. But some people won't. They'll stay because they're big and they wanted to get there. They'll lose their happiness.
Yeah, just to stay where they are.
Getting on the treadmill and running. Whereas if they just go with that and it's like they go down that path, then they'll be happy because they're just following what. That's what I think a lot of unhappiness is. I think people just get stuck in something and they're too afraid to go into something else.
Yeah.
I think you have to keep doing new stuff. It's like
taking risks.
Do this again. You can't stay in that consistent thing. You'll get bored and fucking probably get depressed and shit.
Yeah.
On the thing you said about people writing on social media and writing bad things, whatever. Like what I find, or not necessarily to me, but what I've seen is like usually people doing that, it's a reflection on them.
Yeah.
So it's what they're saying. If you dig deep on those things, like it's not usually to do with you or whoever. Like, it's usually the opposite. Is like it's that person that has got an issue with probably the thing they're bringing up. So like I say, if anyone's out there who's gets anxious about sort of social media or people saying stuff like. It's not usually that person. It's usually the other person saying it. It's like a bully, isn't it? It's like generally a bully is probably getting bullied at home, and it stems down. So they bully someone at school. It's that class, and I guess it's similar online. It's like the person who's out there giving people shit and trying to bring someone down.
Yeah,
it's usually because of some insecurity that they've got. that they feel the need to do it. Probably maybe it makes them feel better and stuff. But yeah, that's my 2 cents.
I think with social media, just talking about social media, for the vast majority of like the social media platforms that we use, I'd say the reason why it sticks out more if someone kind of, I don't know, criticizes you for whatever reason, it's so much more effort to write something nasty about someone rather than just clicking a like button.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that's why it stands out a bit more to some
Yeah.
people, because you'll just like scroll, double tap, like, done. That's me saying, yeah, I support you. Whereas someone can't dislike a photo on Instagram.
Yeah.
They'll go into the comments and say, you're a fucking cunt or whatever.
The thing is, though, right, I love it when people, right, anyone who's left a negative comment on our fucking video or whatever on this, right? I fucking screenshotted fucking most of them, and wait till we fucking go over 100k. I'm gonna fucking DM all of them cunts. Just like, there you go, prick.
Yeah.
So like, send as many fucking negative comments as you can, because I know that we're gonna kill it. Yeah, I know we're gonna, and that's what I mean. I get them. I want to go back and forth with you because again, it helps the video. And like I say, just use that shit as energy. Like
that's the best fire.
That's what I'm saying. It's fucking fire. It's fuel. It again. Do you know what I mean?
Can't get that. Like, as I was,
put it behind you, but keep it there to help you propel. Yeah, it's energy to drive you forward.
That's why I love like Eminem, because he had a shit upbringing, but like he hasn't just fucking sunk into a little hole and like he uses that as fire to. He's still angry about it now. He's still fucking angry, and it's like it's because he's got that passion, and it's like if someone's coming at you. Fucking hell.
Pocket that shit.
Yeah, mate, that is good, because you're gonna have fire that someone ain't got. Yeah. Like, you're gonna be like, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna prove that person wrong. Like I'm gonna, and like that having that motivation to like push you forward, like to get in that place where you're motivated and like ready to go. That's hard to get. It's hard to come by. So if someone's giving you a bit of shit like, and you're getting that, fucking hell, you want to be thanking them.
Yeah. If you're at war, mate, who do you want to be with? The soft guy or the fucking geezer who's had loads of shit, who's fucking got that fire? Yeah, you want to go. You want to be with that geezer, don't you? Yeah. Go over the top of the wall with him, because you know he's a savage. You know what I mean? You've got to be like that.
Smash it. Just like,
kill him with success.
Kill him with kindness. Kill him with success.
Yeah. That's it. It's
or just kill him.
I love I love the negative shit and that. I fucking screenshot that. I'll be back.
No, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's a wonderful place, and it's a horrible place, sometimes. Because like I say, like you can get 100 messages that are like, this is fucking quality, you're doing so well, this is great, amazing, blah blah blah, and there's just one. It's
and that's what we're wired to.
I love that.
We're wired to.
I'm like, yes, we've got one.
Next week is like, fucking hell. I had 200 fucking messages calling me a prick.
I mean,
fired up.
Yeah.
Personally, I'll make sure that I had to make a conscious effort to respond to the people that were giving me praise before I.
That's true.
I got into a habit of that on my videos where I sat back and I thought, fucking hell, if you look at my comment section, I'm only replying to the cunts.
Yeah.
And so that's
I
not fair,
like that. Do you know what, right? That is such good advice for anyone, right?
Yeah.
Unless you've commented back to everyone who's given you fucking positive advice.
You
shouldn't allow yourself to comment back on any negative comment. Fucking hell, that is fire.
Yeah.
I like that. I will still screenshot you though, motherfucker.
You fucking cunt.
We'll be back for you.
We've Hobo Jack, and as a brand, we reply a lot to people, and we're always saying thank you as a brand. But even on the APMA podcast and the YouTube comments, I try and respond to as many people as I can, given the time, and every now and then you get a bad egg, but like sometimes you can convert them round as well. I mean, the guy, I'll mention him again, he's gonna fucking love it, who took the piss out of me saying yes. We are fucking best buddies now.
You do also get, which always fucking astound me, you'll get the odd DM or whatever from a guy being like, oh, you're a cunt. Or you're a cunt. You'd be like, okay, mate. And like, oh my God, I didn't actually realise you're going to respond to me now. I was only joking. I was only a joke. Honestly, I really didn't. It's like, okay, yeah, you're tarnished, mate. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, it's just sort of like, what the fuck, man? What are you trying to get attention? But then again, maybe if you cultivate that kind of ethos that he actually responds to people that give him shit, then that's what that's
what I mean,
way
man.
People are going to come.
If we dig deep on stuff, usually it's usually, I mean, I had one guy I know, my joke was like It's like, I know where you live. He was commenting about it's like, I know where you live. I was like, fuck it, this is a t-shirt, mate.
We're a limited company. You just Google it.
Yeah. I don't live at the factory, mate. So good luck with that.
It's you're moaning about an order. So I know where you live as well.
Exactly. The irony. And I got your number.
I've actually got your home address, you fucking bug.
Well, you're on your way to mine. I'm in your living room.
Go and get that pizza I just ordered.
Following you on your way to mine.
Fucking petrol bomb in hand.
Oh dear. Yeah. Anyway, just there's potentially going to be negativity, but it's just how you look at it, and
life's good.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You got to take into consideration everything that's going on in your life, and if you can appreciate what's going on, which I know I can. I feel incredibly fucking fortunate for the life that I lead, and so that's why it frustrated me that I was feeling like shit, because I was like, fucking hell, mate, you could have it. You got so much worse.
Yeah, but you have to go. You can't be. I don't think you can.
You can't be on fire all the time.
No, and you can't be that person like, I've got it good, but so I shouldn't be able to feel.
Oh yeah, I know. There's always going to be someone who has it worse.
But not even that. I'm just saying it's people who have got it good should be able to feel shit sometimes as well. Do you know what I mean? It's we're only human, aren't we? So it's you should definitely if you feel like you need a break or you need to give something up or whatever, and just. You have to allow yourself to do whatever you want to do. Yeah, it's your life.
Yeah, exactly. The thing, like being a YouTuber and stuff, obviously, it's a lot of people want that job, a lot. And I've had it before where, and maybe that's why I got to a point where I just shut up, because the odd time you'd vent a little bit and be like, I feel a bit shit, I feel a bit over it. And then you'd be like, you make fucking videos for a living, you should try working in a factory for 40, 60 hours a week. And it's like, all right, I'll just shut up then. Because what the fuck can you say to that? Apart from, well, I did, those hours in fucking retail and shit, doing a job that I fucking hated, but I kept grinding away at my passion so I can be in the position I'm in and not in that fucking factory. Do you know what I mean? So it gets frustrating and you want to kind of punch back, but it's just, you feel like you're in a fucking catch-22. But at the end, and then maybe that's a reflection, because they never had the minerals to pursue what they wanted to do, and it might not have been their fault. They might have been trapped in a financial situation where they didn't have the time. Fair enough, but don't fucking punch at the person, because I didn't fucking fall on this. Do you know what I mean? I put fucking 9 years of my life into it. You
got lucky.
Fucking that sort of shit. It's like no, and So.
I think the culture around, especially YouTube, has contributed to that. Not in the last few years, because it's got a lot better, but YouTube used to be positive, pushing positive things, always having happy thumbnails and happy videos, pushing it always. And then suddenly you get a movement where you have videos where people talk about depression, people talk about bad things, and it gets viewed by people on YouTube. And I think a lot of people's kind of mindset and how a YouTuber is based on what YouTube used to push.
Yeah.
So if you're just seeing YouTubers happy all the time, or content creators going on holidays, filming it, vlogging it, whatever, you don't see the other things that may have happened to that person. If you don't push that sort of content, people are just going to think, fucking hell, their life's well easy.
Yeah.
You're just making
a lot of it. A lot of the YouTubers are just fucking making most of that shit up anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're out in Dubai, you've got it easy, and it's like that person's fucking grafting. They're probably unhappy because they're grafting so hard that they're not actually enjoying their holiday there. It's not like just going on a normal holiday if you're vlogging or whatever.
Yeah.
It's probably a fake smile, isn't it? Most of it.
That leads back into social media. People on Instagram and that these kids are fucking seeing all these, celebrities and Love Islanders and all this sort of shit with all their fucking filters on and stuff. It's it's all bollocks. Trust me, guys, right? I've been in a room with air quotes influencers, and I've seen them prop up these fake fucking scenarios just for a picture to get likes. It's all bollocks. It is all fake horse shit.
But also,
you see behind the curtain, it's all fake bullshit.
You could become an influencer just by posting up fucking normal shit as well.
Yeah.
You don't, like I say, like there could be someone out there just posting up their normal life and people are invested in it and they're like, this person's just a fucking legend or whatever. Yeah. So it's, like I say, it's the ones that are like trying to live this fake life that are making it seem good. And then when they're depressed and they say that they're depressed, everyone's like, well, how are you fucking depressed when your last 5 pictures was you all smiling and that? Whereas if they'd have just took real pictures,
it's just like it's a 0.01% snippet of their day, and it's like pretending.
Everyone else from the outside sees that and assumes that's their life.
But I think
you just got to be yourself, and then if people are giving you shit about you being yourself, then you've got obviously a fucking issue, haven't you? Because you're like, fucking hell, I'm actually being myself and people don't like me, so I must be a cunt. Whereas if everyone, if you know what I mean, if you posted up, that's the issue, isn't it? That's the thing where people are just faking it and no one knows who they are.
That's true.
Yeah, and everyone's like licking their ass, and it's like, well, that person's actually a cunt.
I think that'll change as well. I think going forward now, like I say, people are starting to realise that it's all bullshit. It's all a facade. It's all like, do you know what I mean? They're getting all these brand deals, or whatever, sending, you know, like loads of different. They're all in like Dubai with all this, different posts and stuff. It's all bollocks. 100%. It is.
It's all horseshit. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've been exposed firsthand, you know, behind the curtain to enough of it that I've seen it for what it actually is, and I don't want it. Like I want to be able to make videos for a living because it's what I enjoy and it's what I love. I love sitting here chatting to you boys. I want this. I don't want the fucking, you know, I'm on a fucking private jet, guys. Look at this. This is a fucking 25 grand seat. I'm going to Dubai and all that. So I don't want that fucking life. They're
refund them tickets.
But it's
APMA Dubai is just not happening, is it?
No, but I don't. You know, there's so much more to fucking life, man.
It's out of context because they're portraying this life on Instagram, whatever. And obviously, I know for younger kids, they look at it like a lot of this shit they just give them free to promote it.
Yeah.
So who's winning? The companies who are promoting it. They're actually they're getting watches like you know, £1,000 watches, whatever. They don't own the watch. They haven't paid £1,000. That's been given that free. Like, they are trying to earn money. These influencers are not multimillionaires.
No,
it's the companies, the big companies that are giving them money that are making the money. Like, they are. There's a reason they're pushing all of these products, and it's because they want the money from pushing the products.
Yeah,
and it probably isn't as much as people think.
No, absolutely. And obviously there's a weird thing about finances and stuff when it comes to influencers and YouTubers and that's always undisclosed. But yeah, the people just, they idolize these people, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't know how to articulate it.
I don't think it's like,
they're not bad people.
No, I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying, like, it's not all it's cracked up to. It's not all it appears. Do you know what I mean? Don't
beat yourself up about your life.
Don't, like, okay, 14-year-old girl, don't become fucking depressed and insecure because some fucking Love Island fucking model from 3 years ago let me fucking tell you now is probably clinging on to any relevancy that they possibly fucking can. Yeah. Don't hold yourself up to a standard where they're filtered to fuck. Don't do it, because you're not. It will not make you happy, and it's not healthy. I hate Instagram. We'll be back after this break. APMA, how's it going? I'm here to talk about becoming an APMA VIP. Now, you might see on your YouTube a join button. If you don't, there is a link in the description. If you hit that join button, you'll become an APMA VIP. Now, with that, you will get a one-off sign-up free t-shirt. The design looks a little bit like this. You will also get access to an exclusive members-only podcast once a month And we have a members-only Discord channel as well. And just as a bonus, you'll get some cool badges and some emotes of our faces and other things that you can put in live chats and in the comments section. So there we go, guys. That is $4.99. You get a free t-shirt upon sign up, an exclusive monthly podcast, that exclusive membership-only Discord channel, which we will jump in and out of every now and then, and the badges and emotes. Thank you so much. If you want to come in VIP, hit that join button or the link down below. See you soon, guys. We are back. Hello, guys. How you doing? How's that first half for you? I hope you enjoyed a bit of motivation in that for you. I just want to clarify in my rambling there, the point to take away of what I'm saying is if you're out there, please don't get insecure about what you see on Instagram because you're getting insecure about something that isn't real. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, and something I'm quite passionate about. But anyway, motivation. It comes hand in hand with regrets, doesn't it? You know, is there anything out there? Because what I think about regrets is they're always lessons, they're always opportunities to improve yourself. You know, and I do believe that people do grow, they can make mistakes and all the rest of it, and you're not the same person you were the year before. The whole what is it? A fucking tiger doesn't change its stripes. Like you can't apply that to a fucking human being. I'm sorry, but because people do. Whether they want to or not, they change as they grow up, and yeah. So, is there anything out there that maybe happened from a business from Hobo Jack's perspective?
I've had one from business, and it was
where they can learn from it.
I missed a phone call,
and
it was because I didn't have my phone charged up. Now, we've got a brand deal for you here. This is 3 key phone chargers. Now, if I'd have had this, I wouldn't be sitting here with these chumps. I'd be on a yacht in fucking Malibu.
Freaky Friday.
However, my phone wasn't charged, and I am here. Get your fucking freaky charger, all right, guys? Yeah, there's a little brand deal for you.
Who's the phone call from?
Oh, it wasn't really. I was just, part of the.
He's made up for the brand.
And we're not really sponsored. I mean, we haven't even got a sponsor.
We haven't really.
That was real. The phone call was real.
Everything
was real.
We want to look cool.
Everyone was invested in that.
But we're hashtag influencers.
How easy it is.
So.
That's how easy it is.
Yeah, no regrets really, mate. Just fucking legend, didn't I?
God, this half's good. I
got that, mate.
What's that? What does it say?
No regrets.
Oh, so there's no regrets.
I thought you said you regret that.
Right, however. Nah, wait.
Funny story.
Here we go.
Funny story. So,
the irony.
Yeah. I got this tattoo in Thailand.
Yeah.
And I just did it on a whim. I was like, fucking, you know what? No regrets on my arm. Like, I like that mantra, motto. Googled it. Yep. Fucking no regrets. Obviously, I wanted it in Thai writing. Dum. Looked cool. Went to a tattoo artist, who's just a guy just off the beach. I was like, mate, he had a shop.
Oh, okay, well,
he had a shop. I was like, mate, can you
build sandcastles?
Yeah. I mean, I did go to the cheapest guy. I didn't have a lot of money, obviously. Went in, he fucking did it. And I was like, sweet, he did a good job. I went down the beach and I was fucking all chuffed on a tattoo, no regrets. And then the people on our tour, the Thai people, come over and they're all like in a discussion over it and like arguing it again. And I'm like, what the fuck, what's going on here? And they're like, no. And I was like, no regrets. Like, no. And they were like, this means many regrets. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, you have many regrets. I was like, no, that's I don't want that. That's the opposite to what I want. And they were like, who did you go to? And I was like, the guy there. And it's like, this isn't Thai. This is like, it is Thai writing, but it doesn't translate right. And so they're all drawing on my arm the best way to rectify it. So I don't know if you can see on the camera, like basically it's all straight along there. I'll get Ben to get a little picture. Yeah, so like it's all straight.
So you fixed it now?
So yeah, so they drew, obviously that bit's off. It's off. It's not in line with that. So they drew on that extra bit This I didn't have that. I didn't have these tattoos, and I just had this.
Yeah. Now it just says not many regrets.
So no, it kind of
Not
says
as many.
it kind of says no regrets ish. But so, the funny thing was
irony.
the guy who did it was Cambodian.
Right.
He wasn't Thai, so he had no idea. He was literally just whatever I put into Google on the thing.
Oh, I see.
He just tattooed that.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah.
He does not give a fuck.
He has
Yeah.
no
In
regrets.
life, he don't
Yeah,
care about what
yeah.
he's posting up on Instagram.
Yeah.
He probably posted that up.
No, he does not have an
He's
Instagram.
getting dislikes and it couldn't give a fuck,
It
mate.
doesn't say no
Yeah.
regrets.
He didn't
Do
even-
people keep walking off the beach paying me money to
Yeah.
tattoo them? Yes.
Like, he didn't even have a fucking,
Yeah.
he didn't even have a
Yeah.
phone. I mean, he just about had a place to tattoo, but like I say, he was cheap, so
Yeah.
he's probably still
No
going.
regrets.
But
I see.
yeah, so it kind of it says no regrets, kind of, but
Mm.
it also says like, nasty man as well, kind of. It's a bit bit of a weird translation, yeah. Like
What has happened there?
depending on like
Fuck
how
you,
good
no.
someone if they've got a good understanding of like Thai English translation, it says no regrets. But if they don't, like so I get in Thailand, people look at me funny and they're
Bad
like,
man.
yeah, bad man. I'm just going around fucking bad man on me.
Fucking laying
That's-
people out.
That's my little. You fucking laughing at my tattoo, you cunt.
Hey, they're dead. There you go.
Yeah.
That's no regrets.
Does that
inside.
even? Yeah. So that, I mean, that looks. Does it even look similar?
No.
Just got this video.
Oh yeah, Mia see a Thai.
There you go.
Walking down the street, and then some people just going no regrets, and other people going nasty man.
Oh, that is
Oh,
amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
No regrets. Robbie Williams.
There you go. There you go. What about you, Jimmy? Anything?
I don't think there's like anything, because usually you don't. It's a regret at the time.
Yeah,
And
yeah, but
As
you learn from it.
as you learn and you grow, you're like, oh, actually, fucking, I'm glad I've done it. It was like a good lesson. I always think back though, like when I was younger, and I think when I watch like the Premier League, and you know the players walk out before the game, and I'm like, when there was a crowd anyway, and like everyone's going mad, and I always think, fuck man, what I would do to have that feeling of just
yeah.
walking out in front of that many people.
You
Yeah.
played at Southend though once, didn't you?
Yeah,
And scored a goal.
Yeah,
Southend
but I
ground, scored
banged
a
in
goal.
too, mate. But yeah, I would love to have done that.
Yeah.
I just think, you know, in a fucking stadium where everyone's.
It would
go-
be awesome. wouldn't it?
I just can't. I can't think of a better.
At my football team.
Like that's the
Yeah,
best.
still.
That's the best thing I can think of, and it's like I'm never gonna be able to achieve that.
Yeah.
Like now at this age, so it's like it's one of those things when you're younger. I
You
think
had the-
stuff that's like age
Dependent.
dependent.
Yeah.
When you get past that age, it's like it's like skateboarding as well. It's like I absolutely love skateboarding, but I'm just at the age where I could do it, but I just, you know, to be really good at something, some things you have to do when you're young,
Yeah.
and it's just
Miss the
not
boat.
obtainable. Yeah, miss the boat is
Yeah.
so just things like that I look back at. Yeah, with the
Never
football.
know, mate. Swanage. Swanage v
That's
it.
hashtag
Yeah.
United.
That's it.
They
Yeah.
come up, didn't they?
Oh, we would fucking boss hashtag United all day.
Yeah.
Definitely. But
I
yeah,
think-
there's just certain things like that where I'm like, fucking hell, I wish I'd. But I don't, because I'm very happy with what I've got, and I'm
Yeah.
like saying very lucky, very fortunate. But like, yeah, I think it's just more about the feeling than the financials. Just walking out and just having like fucking 40,000 people just like want you to win, and
Yeah.
must be a buzz.
Oh yeah,
Um,
without a doubt.
And yeah, I think just things that you can't do anymore, like as well, like, you know, joining the army or something is like maybe not so much a regret, but it's something that I would love to experience.
Yeah.
There's just things that I would love to experience which I can't do now
Yeah,
because of
yeah,
age.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously you can't do it now, so it's not really a regret, but it's just like something that I wish I could have done.
I wish I'd have done a couple more things in the army.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like because I was quite fit and stuff when I joined at 18.
Yeah.
It was like second fittest in my squad and so, and it's like, but at 18 then you get introduced like drink and partying and all that sort of stuff. And like I was so fit coming out of, like basic training, I could have maybe done like some sort of special forces like paras or commandos, whatever. So my mate did like his I had a friend who like commandos and stuff, and a couple. I kind of wish it would have been nice to have experienced that because again, it's just more stories, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you don't know. I say when you're that age, you don't even
Yeah.
know the opportunity that is sort of passing you by. But
100%.
just by being young, you've got like such a fucking big opportunity. Like there's like billionaires, isn't there, that they would say they would swap all their money for their youth, for the youth.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can, as I get older, I'm like, fucking hell, I completely agree with that, because you'd love to go back and, like I say, it's not that that I regret what I've done or anything. It's just
it's not like you want to change anything.
I wouldn't want to change anything. Like, I'm well happy with how my life is, but like, just there's some things where I'm like, I wonder what it would have been like if I'd have fucking got my nut down, and I reckon I could have done that, or sort of thing like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I did have one like proper regret, like money wise. I don't know if I told this story before, but my mate used to do like shares and stuff. I knew nothing about it, and he was like, "Do you want to get into it?" I was like, "Not really. I don't know fuck all about shares." It's like 2004, so it's quite a while back, and he said, "Look, you probably won't make any money, but I put into like these shares, kind of like penny stocks." And he said, if some of them go, like, I'm getting some good information about this one company, they're drilling for oil, and if they find oil, their share price will rocket. And he had about 1,200 quid in it, and he said, put what you can afford. And I had about a spare £1,000 at the time, so I was like, fuck it, I'll put this grand into it. So I logged on, sent all my set my account up and everything, but they just needed my ID, so they needed my passport, my driving license, and he kept coming in like every week or so, and he'd give me updates and that. So I had everything set up, and the transaction waiting to happen. I just didn't send my ID. I didn't send the passport or thing. And then, and me being me, I just left it, and I just never bothered to send it. And then 1 week he came in, and he's fucking buzzing, and they'd found oil, and the share price had rocketed. So he had 1,200 quid in it. It dropped down to about £1,000, which was where I was kind of sitting at. That £1,000, once they found the oil, it went. At that time he come in, and he's like, he cashed out at 20 grand, and I was fucking gutted. That to me then. And it's a lot of money. It's a fucking huge amount of money. But I was like, wanted to go traveling and stuff. And I was like, I sat at work. It took me, I felt sick for a week. Yeah. And I just remember sitting at work, and I couldn't really work or focus. And I was like, I was getting about 18 grand a year, I think, at the time, which was like decent money. I was just like, it's a whole year's wage. Like, I could go traveling. Like, I just sitting there thinking all the things I could do. And it was all because I didn't fucking just send my passport in, like, get off my ass. But like, everything happens for a reason, and like, you learn these things, and like I say, I've had a good life. Yeah,
it's like Bitcoin, isn't it, as well? But, I bet I suppose like so many people probably getting like,
I mean, I
that missed opportunity or whatever. I remember when remember on Ultimate Team when you used to be able to buy the coins when they first ever started to do that. You could only do it with Bitcoin because it was on like the dark web or something. And I remember like thinking, I might get a load of Bitcoins to like, like, because back then they were worth so, like, Bitcoin was not even, but they were like in that community, people, people probably bought packs for like 20 Bitcoins. Mad shit.
One of the first transactions was a fucking pizza, wasn't it? And it'd be worth like 180 million pound or something.
That's probably more than that, isn't it?
But
disgusting.
Bitcoin, I was having a conversation with my mate Greg when it was at 1,200 quid, and he was like, "Are you going to get some?" I was like, "Mate, this ain't going to go more than 1,200 quid." And I got in fairly early. I got in 2017, and I think I got in about 2.5 grand.
Nice.
I didn't get loads, but I just got a little bit. And then look at it now. Yeah. But it did do a massive dip.
Yeah, I got in last year at
sold mine
4.5, 5.
FIFA packs.
But I do think it will. I mean, this is off tangent anyway to the thing, but I do think at some point it will hit $100,000.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind.
I fucking hope not. I hope it crashes.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, some of the richest people in the world, they say, you know, if you want to be rich, you have to make money work for you when you're not working. Yeah. You know, I'm not doing anything towards my Bitcoin, and it's going up and up and up, or down and down and down. But it's the risk that you take. Lozzie, any regrets? Any regrets?
No tattoos because I haven't got any. But I think my biggest regret was probably not believing in myself. like, or caring, which is links to the first half, which is caring too much about what people will think or say about me.
Yeah.
Especially in like probably college was like the worst, because there'd be stupid shit like people would be going on Twitter or going on fucking Facebook and shit, and I just wouldn't post anything because I was just like, well, what about if someone thinks that about me? What about if someone says that about me? But then after coming out of college and just that experience, like, that was fucking shit. I just didn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
And then into going into my like working life after college, you just realise that people are going to say shit no matter what. So you might as well, as long as you're serving yourself and you feel good about what you create or what you think, then fuck it. So I think that was something I should have really, looking back at it, had the attitude when I was in like the last year of high school and going into college, because I think I didn't do brilliant at college. I got through passes, I got one like distinction on one assignment in the whole 2 years I was there. So I kind of coasted through because I just got into the mindset where I was like, oh, I don't really know what I'm fucking doing here. But I think, not that I think I would have got anything done in terms of like, because we both did the same course.
Yeah, sports science.
I don't know whether I would have done anything going on to do anything like that. Like you said, that might have been an opportunity that, you know, you wouldn't change it now, but you think, well, yeah, maybe I could have done that. Who knows? But I think me having that kind of outlook on stuff kind of crippled me a bit socially. So I withdrew into myself a bit. But then after working for like 4 or 5 years, I was like, fuck this is a load of bollocks. So I started to become more active on Twitter. I started to do stuff that put stuff out there that I wouldn't have normally done, like for us to be in the band and have you like record something and put it up. If like that would have been in like high school, I would have been like, don't really know if I want to do that. But I think my main regret is not having that attitude earlier, because I think it might have led to like things, or at least me being happy about what I'm doing more.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, that links perfectly in with the first half where I was saying, don't give a fuck what people say. There's a limit.
Yeah.
I mean, don't go out and like smack someone in the face because, you know, you just feel like it. There's being a cunt and there's not being a cunt.
Yeah.
It's still scary though, like putting yourself out there. Like I generally don't give a fuck what people think, but on the flip side of that as well, I'm still apprehensive about. I don't know why, because I really don't care what people think, but I was still like, it's still not fully natural to me to like put myself completely out there. I'm not too sure why that is. Like obviously doing a podcast and that, it's a lot, you know, there's a camera in front of you. It's a lot easier. And I think as I got older, I've got better. But yeah, like there'll be lots of people that limit themselves. And it's totally understandable. It's natural, isn't it? Like to not do stuff.
Course.
But like just as a tip, I would say maybe just, you know, do the odd one. Like just battle through it, because once you battle through it, it just gets easier. But I think it's unnatural.
You have to put stuff out to get, like I say, get a reply on whatever you're putting out from people. Get, you know, what people think about what you're doing. I think you have to put something out there, and then it's just about using what comes back at you to then drive you forward. You know, if someone says, again, like when I used to like do the fucking car boots and shit, and I'd tell my mates, and like we'd go out clubbing and I didn't have much money or what, and I remember people like maybe laughing about it, or not laughing, but you know, like it's like just piss taking, but it's like, you know what they're getting at or whatever. And then it's like, you know, by me doing that sort of stuff and being entrepreneurial and stuff, it's like got me where I am now. So it's like, I always remember those little remarks or stuff, and again, I've always fucking used it as like absolute fire behind me. I'm like, right, this is now a competition in life, and fucking I'm gonna win.
100%.
I've literally got that mindset. I mean, I don't know if it's healthy or not, but like I've just got it. Like I'm gonna fucking beat all them people.
It's better to just do it, put it out, and then and then like you'll feel so much better than like if you don't do something because you're worried, like sitting on that, having that in you, thinking like, because it's always a what if. It's always a what if, and it's like that, you know, then it can stem into lots of things. Just do it. And like, you know, if it fails, like brilliant, you've learned.
At least you know.
You've learned. You know, willing to.
What if actually that is the worst thing you can look back?
At least you tried.
You hear all the time people on their deathbeds, like they just regret the chances that they never took.
Yeah,
100%, mate. Yeah.
So and
there's no time like the present. Not like actually there is at the minute if we can't do fuck all, but like. When you get an opportunity to do something, like I remember this with all my traveling and stuff, I'm thinking it was never the right time to go traveling. Like I had no money, like you know, it's never the right time to do lots of things, but like just fucking do it.
The perfect time doesn't exist.
And again, the age thing. Obviously, there's some things that, you know, never gonna play football, whatever. But like, there's so many things. Like we're so young, even if you're 30 years old or 40, 50, whatever. 42. Like, do you know what I mean? Even ask someone who's 50 how they feel, and like a lot of them just feel young. It's mad how you think, oh fucking hell, like I'm getting old or whatever, and it's like fucking hell, like
I feel about 50 to be fair. 42.
Have you what? You're 40?
No, I'm 41. See,
41.
I don't know my age.
But really, no, you like.
No, I'm all right. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's all
for 41.
You probably don't feel 41, do you? No. 51. No. But like, but what I'm saying is, with
100%.
opportunities and stuff that you can do at fucking
any age,
really.
Of course you can.
You can start new. I mean, lots of people have. The KFC guy, he started at like late
64. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I
look
think
at
he was
that.
64 years old, and he'd got rejected by 1,000 different fucking
How old is he now?
restaurants and shit.
How old's Elon Musk, by the way? I don't know.
I actually don't know. I always love the example of Ricky Gervais when he fucking did The Office. He was like fucking late 30s.
Mate, there's so many people like that.
Yeah.
Not even like
I think Harrison Ford, obviously, you know,
Elon's
blew up in the first Star Wars movie. He was in his 30s when he fucking hit the first Star Wars.
But
movie.
these are like people 50. You know of, like fame. There's tons of people just like who've flipped careers, like 40 years old, 50, just like started something new.
Elon's 49.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's smashing it, isn't he?
That's what I'm saying.
He's smashing it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people would be like, I want Elon Musk.
It's never the right time. Just do it.
I want Elon Musk's life. But like, and they'll be like, but there's not enough time for me to get there. And it's like, mate, the geezer's fucking 49. You've got, if you're 30, you've got 19 years.
Yeah.
I remember a thing saying it's when he was growing Tesla and SpaceX, he was the CEO of both, and he was doing 40 hours a week. Like hard work at each, and like putting stuff into like 5-minute meetings, and like imagine like 80 hours, of constant productivity. Like, I doubt he's doing that now.
Just pay someone else to. But at the time, sometimes it's what you got to do. You got to put the hours in, or you got to take the risk. You know, you got to make the jump. For my YouTube, you know, when I decided to become full time, it was. I just finished my bar job, which was seasonal. So that was coming to an end on the 31st of October of 2018. So I was like, right, I either look for another job or just say fuck it and go for it. And I think I had about 500 quid to my name. And I thought, fuck it, do you know what? I'm just going to fucking do it. Who gives a shit? Like, what's the worst going to happen? I'll just fucking find a job. It's not an issue. I jumped into it. And so that was November 1st. And by January, you probably think what I'm about to say, you know, I was making fucking thousands. The paycheck I received from YouTube on January 2019 was 125 quid. So I'm 3 months in, and the most that I could make out of YouTube at the time was 125 quid. By all accounts, I was fucking broke beyond belief. I was living with Mum. I was supposed to pay rent, and I was abusing the fact that I could get away with, you know, postponing, destroying, and I'm not fucking exaggerating, destroying the relationship with my mum, which I do regret. Because I just had this in my head. I was like, Mum, you've just got, just give me a few months. I can do it. I can get there. I fucking know. I know that I can do this. I know that I can pull this off. And if I pull this off and get to the levels that I want to get to, you ain't got to worry about working again. You ain't got to worry about anything. I can take care of you. Just give me time. I've already taken the piss. I know I have, but just give me as much time as you possibly can. And begrudgingly, understandably so, she did. So don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful for the fact that, yes, I managed to pull it off, blah, 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 but I was, in debt to my mum for rent and stuff, which obviously I'm not proud of, but I just had it in my head. I was like, I know I can pull this off, and if I pull this off, not only can I pay her back, I can pay her back and then some. And yeah, it was not plain sailing. But then, you take, I was like, I'm going to say yes to everything. And so I did, and then I landed the job on the podcast and stuff, and then a little bit of money started coming in, and then all of a sudden I could pay mum back, and I could afford rent, and then all of a sudden I could afford to live, and then more opportunities arose, and then obviously this podcast come up and stuff, and then brand deals were coming through, and like last year, I grew more. In 2020, I grew more and made more money. I know money isn't the be all and end all, but obviously if you're trying to live, it is, than I ever had in any year period ever. And that categorically would not have happened had I not took the jump when I had a couple of £100 in my bank. 3 months later was making 125 quid, because I had to take the leap to give myself enough time, because the time is very important. Like, I tried to make it whilst being part-time at a bar, or whilst being part-time at Pets at Home, and working 16 to 20 hours a week, and then trying to put everything else in. But once it's your full job and it's, all or nothing, then you find something in yourself to just make it happen. It's like, I think the saying is something like, when the why exceeds the how, you will find a way, right? Yeah. So say, for example, this is a really weird example. I don't know, Lozzie, I need you to get 15 grand to me in 2 days' time. Can you do that?
Yes.
Bollocks, you've ruined my story. I was going to say, all right, 100 grand in 2 days.
Right,
okay,
yeah.
Right. I'm now going to put a gun to your mum's head, and in 2 days' time, I'm going to pull the trigger, and your mum is going to die. All of a sudden, the why you should do this, don't do it to me, man. The why you should do this is ramped up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden...
I've got that lost, don't worry about it.
Now, all of a sudden, you're going to find any way,
500 grand.
all the
It's all right.
different avenues,
Okay,
all the
yeah.
different
We
avenues
got you,
that
though.
weren't open to you
She's not
before.
gonna die.
Yeah.
You're gonna try and find a way, and that's the thing. Once the why exceeds the how, you just find a way. When you realise that you're fucking sacrificing a relationship with your mum to try and pull off your career, which I understand is selfish, and I would have paid her back eventually. If I had to jack in the YouTube and then get a normal job, I would have paid her back eventually, but.
You need to pay her
was
back,
just-
mate. It's getting ridiculous now.
Fuck's sake.
She's been on the phone, mate. She's not
She
happy.
keeps fucking. It's in the comments. She keeps creating these new accounts and
Give me my money.
negative comments.
Yeah, but yeah. So it was just and I managed to pull it off, and yeah, it would have never happened had I not have made the massive gamble to quit my job and go full time. Was the time right? No, of course it wasn't. I wasn't even making 100 fucking quid on YouTube. By all accounts, that's a fucking stupid move. But it took the gamble, took the risk, and it paid off.
You've got to be willing. If you're going to take the gamble, you've got to be willing to put the grind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I wasn't deluded. I was also well aware that it could fail. But I thought, you know what? If it does fail, at least I gave it one solid go.
You haven't got that what if then, have you? You can just look back and go,
exactly.
"Do you know what?"
It's never too late. When we come back from travelling, so I was like 32. I was on the dole. I was 20 grand in debt. I was living with my mum and dad in a room with James. And we're on. Yeah,
I'm like, back then I was special as well, mate. It's not like, I was like,
and we were like, but even then,
I didn't have a clue about life. Do you know what I mean?
And so we were in this tiny room, like 6 foot by 4 foot. So like, there's a bed, a little single bed, and then a little mattress on the floor where I think James was. I was on the bed, and even then we like come back and we're like, right, we need to try and set up some sort of business, and we managed to like. We're getting dole money, so we like save that up, and then we managed to like save up about 300 quid to buy this printer. It's like this is way before any Hobo Jack stuff or anything. And we bought this printer off this guy, which was a regular printer, but I'd watched a video on how you can convert this printer with inks into like print T-shirts.
Oh my god!
But it's all our money, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was like we put everything into
last £300.
Like,
so we bought this thing, and we fucking got it back home. And it took. I watched all these videos.
I remember we printed a T-shirt, didn't we? And it actually weren't half bad, was it?
No,
like,
it looked decent print.
Yeah, we were like fucking sweet.
Yeah.
We were like, we can knock these out on eBay and make some money. And then like I was like, should we wash test it first?
Mate,
and they just fucking the whole thing was fucked. Yeah, so we literally put all our money into this thing. And it just didn't.
Obviously, we, like when we eventually like 3-4 years on after that, when we eventually bought a T-shirt printer meant for purpose for 12 grand. You know, it does the business, but we were trying to manufacture.
But it was funny. I tell you, like another story. Like me and Dan got that, and we got like I think we were selling on like Amazon and eBay and stuff. We got really busy, and like I think because we knew that we'd had the opportunity before and we missed that, we just knew that we was onto something.
Yeah.
And like I say, the orders started coming in, and we were like, we couldn't do enough. We only had one machine, so only one of us could print, and we'd pack it and that. But we couldn't do enough in sort of the 12 hours of the day or whatever. And so like Dan had to work 12 hours, and then literally like I would come into work at 6, like knuckles down, and then I would carry on through the night, and then in the morning Dan would come in, knuckles, and then we'd just go through literally 12, and just fucking that. I mean, that was life. I would wake up, in the afternoon, in at 6, print through the night, like loneliest nights ever.
Yeah, we smashed it the first year.
Man, you've never seen
not one day off. Yeah, because we knew how special it was. Because we'd like we'd been really broke before. We'd come close like 3 years prior to that to like, well, oh man, we can actually get ink onto a T-shirt. And like, and we created, we did a cool design. We had this like, it was like some sort of like,
it was like a
Doc Martin type. We put like those are like, I can't remember, we'd put like different images into, and it looked really cool. But
I've got a picture somewhere. I might send it to you. Put it up on the screen. It was our first ever.
But it washed out, and we were, and then that was it. End of the dream for that, and then that we went on from that to just selling on eBay in the room, and like building up stock in this like literally room you can't swing a cat, and we would just buy and sell whatever we could to flip it. We're doing some Lonsdale bits, weren't we, to Australia? Anything that we could flip and make money, we were doing it on there. But
I just knew, like, what again, when that opportunity comes up, and when you're like, right, fucking, I feel like I can do this now. You have to fucking go balls deep, don't you? Just,
because every now and then,
and that way you'll never have no regrets. Because when you get the opportunity, like I said, there's loads of things which, until that point, I'd look back and gone, fucking hell, like, I didn't finish school, didn't get no GCSEs, I dropped out of college, and I suppose for ages I was like, fucking hell, I keep letting it. But as soon as I had that opportunity, I was like, this is it. Yeah. I'm not
letting go of this one. Yeah.
Sleeping until we've done it. And it's like, so, you just have to not give up, really.
And it's never too late. Like I say, 32, the position I was in, like most 32-year-olds, it was an awful position to be in. Like literally 20 grand a day, no money at all. Like living in a square tiny little room at your mum and dad's at 32. Like most people at 32 are like on the way to some.
I would say
sort of
a quarter of this room.
It was tiny. Yeah,
really,
32. Most people are on the way to. But the thing was, I just didn't date myself. Like I'd done other stuff. Like I hadn't been a bum up until 32. I'd done other jobs and stuff and made other money for people and that. But I just I knew it was just a temporary thing. So it's not too late. Yeah. Even 42, 52, doesn't matter. You can still, you can. It takes 10, 20 years. You can flip your life around.
Yeah. I think that's a really nice way to end, to be honest. It's that it's never too late, and you can still achieve what you want to achieve, no matter what time. Like Colonel Sanders, the KFC guy, is a great example. Mid-60s when he cracked it, and now look at KFC.
Insane.
It is unbelievable.
It's now KSI.
Yeah,
underrated.
Yeah, if there's anything that you wanna do, guys out there, let us know down below in the comments, and we would advise that you just get after it and just see what happens, because it's much better than wondering what if. You know what I mean? So
unless you're on your deathbed, you shouldn't have no regrets.
Exactly.
On a tangent here, just thinking about KFC, like, why don't they do a little, you know, like Nando's, you can buy the sauce.
Yeah.
Why can't they do little granules of gravy from KFC that you can just buy? Because Bisto's shit. And
Good way to end this.
And we'll leave that question to you guys. Why do you think they don't do that?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe that'll be the thing that changes your life.
Maybe. There you go. The KFC
Bisto's
gravy
one of the
granules.
brands I contacted, actually. So
Getting the gravy.
Oh, dear.
Go.
fuck them.
That's it. We'll see you next time, guys. Up the APMA.
Fuck Bisto! Shabba!